Hey y'all, today we want to dig into Proverbs 31:19. So we're moving on just a little bit today. And that verse says, "She lays her hands to the spindle, and her hands hold the distaff." Those are not words that I'm familiar with. Maybe you are. I had to look them up, of course, to figure out what they are. And it's about spinning thread, making yarn. And so, of course, we know we have seen the spinning wheel. Um, we probably have some idea of what that looks like, but of course, this was before the time of the whole machine. So, there is the spindle, which is a sharp cone looking object, and then the distaff holds the wool or wool that they pull to spin around the spindle. Now, what in the world does that have to do with anything, particularly about being a Proverbs 31 woman? Well, in the most basic example, the most basic things that we pull out from this is that she would take care of her home, that she would see to their clothes, that those types of things, that she sees to it. And one translation, I believe it was the Message translation, says that she is skilled in the art of homemaking. And the art and craft of homemaking, I think, is exactly what it says. But that this Proverbs 31 woman sees to it that her home is taken care of, that their clothes, that they have their clothes. Now, let's just talk about this for just a minute. I hope you can see the imagery here that I see. If you look up the spindle and distaff if you just Google it, you'll see a picture of it, and it's one hand holds the spindle and the other holds the distaff. Remember, the distaff is what the wool, the untamed wool is on this distaff. So, in digging into the word spindle and what it means, it literally means a director, the spindle or shank of a distaff by which it is twirled. One of the Hebrew lexicons says that it's from the root to be straight. So this spindle that she holds in her hands is literally a director, and it is what the yarn, the threads, the wool is spun around. Now, again, see this with me. The wool that's on the distaff is in chaos. And I see in the most simplest of translations a director of chaos. Anybody can relate as a excuse me, as a woman, I got tickled. As a woman that we skilled in the art of house and homemaking, and our children and our husbands and the schedules and the school and all of the things that go with that. Could we consider ourselves directors of chaos? And not just, that we manage the chaos, but that we take this ball of fluff, this what would be on the distaff, again, is just the raw wool, this clump of stuff, and fine tuning it to be useful. A director, one who takes this ball of wool and makes it straight and makes it usable and points it in the right direction. And, I laugh as taking the chaos and bringing it to order, or that we might be directors of chaos. But what a God-given ability to take this raw material, this goods, and turn it into something useful. And we'll pick up here tomorrow. I'll see you then. Bye, y'all.